Do you realize that you're a tenant in your brokerage?
No, I haven't thought of that.
Can I expand on that? So just say that to me.
Okay. Well, you're just multi-level marketers.
Kinda. Yeah, but let's be honest, most businesses are all multi-level of some sort, whether it's the church. Every brokerage actually is multi-level if you think about it. So let's just put it right on the table. Yes, we are a multi-level company. We are a pyramid scheme. We can put all of those on the table. But what I love about that is that it sounds like you're kind of curious why I would even say that. Are you curious about that?
Yes.
Do you realize that you're a tenant in your brokerage?
No, I haven't thought of that.
Can I expand on that?
Sure.
See, I asked for permission there, by the way. I'll talk about the brokerage that I was at, which I loved. Oh, I just loved RE/MAX. It really helped me become the agent that I am. But when I look at the old-fashioned brokerage like RE/MAX, Century 21, Sutton, Keller Williams, all of the brokerages, they're really like a large castle on a hill. In the penthouse or the turret of the castle lives the founder. Then below the founder lives regional owners, because the founder doesn't want to go to all areas of the world. So he sells regions to somebody. Could be Canada, could be Western United States, could be Europe, whatever it is, but they sell a region, which gives the rights to that regional owner to go and find franchise owners. So we've got the founder living in the penthouse. In the sub-penthouse lives the regional owner. By the way, they have thousands of people, big offices. It's expensive to run those offices. And then on the main floor of this castle lives the thousands and thousands of franchise owners, which is your broker owner. But there's thousands of these people. And then there's the basement suite. Who lives in the basement suite of the castle?
Realtors.
The realtors. So I'm sorry to say, but you're a tenant, yet you're the most important piece of the castle, because without the little people, the realtors, there's no point in having all those people above. So the hardest working person, the most important person in the castle, gets up every morning, packs their lunch kit, and out they go to help a buyer or seller buy a house or sell a house. They accomplish their goal, they come back, and then they support everybody above them with that sale. Glenn Sanford, the founder of EXP, was living in the basement suite of this castle. He was a tenant just like you, a realtor just like you. And he said, if I'm the most important piece of this castle, this brokerage, why don't I have an ownership stake? I'm going to go out and create a company, buy an agent for the agents. I'm going to be that agent that's going to create a company that is owned by the agents. If we're the most important people, we should have an ownership stake. So he went out and created EXP. Now, when he thought of agents as owners, he realized that owners didn't want the onerous task of ownership, which meant hiring, firing, risk, liability, HR, all of that stuff. So he created a company where he could give ownership to agents in the form of stock, which was easy to trade, easy to sell, easy to give, and easy to will to the loved ones in their family. So that's what EXP is. And in fact, EXP gives 50% of all the revenue to the agents that are helping to contribute in building the company. Pretty remarkable when you think about it. So Elaine, I hate to say this, but you're living as a tenant. What would you say to that tenant, that buyer that is renting, and you show them a whole bunch of homes, and then they say, I think we'll stay renting for the rest of our lives?
Well, I would say I think he missed the sign. I have to explain to them again, because they didn't understand it in the first place. Because it's a no-brainer to move into a house instead of staying as a tenant in the basement.
Right. So we would say, listen, you really need to sacrifice some things and get into a home and build your financial legacy for your family, for yourself. Because as we know, in Canada, anybody that owns a home is financially building legacy. And they're building freedom financially because of this thing they call property. So I'd really encourage you not to become a tenant again, but to actually make the decision to be an owner. Like we as agents, we have all kinds of ways to help tenants understand why they should have ownership. So why don't you have ownership at your brokerage? Why are you still a tenant?
That's a great way of explaining it though, yeah.
And I went quite long, but you could, you could really explain it as do you realize that you're a tenant at your brokerage? Like when people fight back and they say, yeah, but you're multi-level, yeah, you're a pyramid scheme, all you guys do is recruit. I would say, well, honestly, less than 5% of 88,000 people are doing any of the recruiting. It's really no different than any other brokerage where they have recruiters that are paid. We just think that the most important people to help other people see the value of EXP is people that are in the trenches doing deals with you. Like,
Yeah.
wouldn't you rather have an agent share about the greatness of the company versus a hired gun that doesn't know who you are, hasn't done a deal with you, doesn't have a relationship with you?